All right, we ready.
Chilling in the cut.
Chilling in the cut. So, hey, y'all, we are back for part 2 of our episode going to Philly for cheesesteaks. We wanted to come in prior to the episode starting so we can hop back in and we can complete the episode. Thank you for listening. And here is part 2 of episode 111. I guess this would actually be episode 112 because there's a whole standalone episode.
Part 2.
All right, so here goes the episode. This actually feeds into my next question, but I'ma just do it before I ask the question because y'all gonna know what the question is. So when the person sitting to the right of me gets upset, she gets really colorful in her language, right?
And does.
Yes.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Laid edges.
Yes, laid edges, you.
Yes.
That's her new nickname, y'all. Laid edges.
She don't be talking to me and my feelings be hurt.
Right.
Oh, yeah, and just so y'all know, her fans are now called Edge Control.
It's the key hive.
The key hive. I like
the key hive.
It's the key hive.
I like the key hive. Edge control is for the VIP.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta actually let somebody come up to the VIP section.
Yeah, that's the edge
motherfucker.
control.
Like,
Key hive and edge control. So whenever she gets mad, and I've seen her cuss her baby daddy out, I've seen her cuss other people out.
Ooh, child.
And her language is rather colorful. So
It is.
I'm gonna do my best impersonation of Miss
shit.
Miss
I mean, wait,
Kim.
Full disclaimer.
Hold on, let me make sure my
full
glasses-
disclaimer. I don't do this often.
She
I have
doesn't.
to be pushed.
It's rare. It's
I
rare.
have to be
It's
pushed.
rare.
You know how her
So-
lady
Speaking of all of this, her favorite saying when she's upset is "suck my dick."
I be putting the emphasis on it like that.
Yeah, that's the
Yo,
emphasis. Suck my dick.
Cause who the fuck?
yo,
What is you talking to? Nigga, suck my dick.
That's stage 1 because if I'm still talking to you, then you have
It's
some
rare.
room to
It's rare.
fix
No,
yourself.
So you cussed your baby for a while. I was standing there when it happened, and I was looking at him. And I think he turned beet red in the face. He was just quiet.
That's what happens when you look like a yellow salamander.
I need you to remind me of this
He do look like a
situation
yellow
because it's been
salamander.
many. It's been
I
many.
think that was. It wasn't the first time we dropped him off at his apartment. The first time you left.
What did I just miss? What I just missed?
That nigga glow in the dark.
No, he don't.
And
If he glowed in the dark, I might not have a kid.
he got hit by the GC 161 like Alex Mack.
Oh shit.
See why I don't like these people? I ask God every day why I'm friends with them.
Because you need us.
Why am I friends with
We
them?
complete you.
The same reason we asked Shauna that last episode.
hey, yo, this nigga goes in the dark, man.
Like Alex Mack and turned into a puddle.
Not y'all trying to make him sound like the green blob from Ghostbusters.
That's what he is.
Yo, that nigga turned sideways, he disappeared, bro.
That's what he is.
I forgot where I was.
I don't like him, but I'm not defending him.
No, but this,
Yo, that nigga flashed the flounder, bitch.
He is light skinned, and all I'm is glad is that my
I don't
godchild
remember
looks
the
like you.
context of what happened, but I think it might have just been me dropping you and Tay off over there one time.
Oh, bitch ass nigga
And-
thought I was gonna fuck him up.
Relax. Relax. Heal, Cujo. Heal.
I'm confused. Listen. It's not often that I go off like that. So when I go off like that, it's almost like an out of body experience. So I don't remember doing it.
I remember
Yeah.
because I think y'all had been arguing over the phone before I even got to you and Tay. So when I got in the house to get the carrier, 'cause
When they
Dante
were
was-
living out Howard County.
No.
And you went to drop them off.
They were living in Howard County
Yeah.
at the time, but y'all were off of Frederick Road where you used to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think you got in the car. I think you had asked me to take you, and I was yeah, sure, no problem. So I think I dropped y'all off there. You were pissed when I got to your house, and I was like, "Oh, shit,
We were on the way somewhere at night.
I think so."
Oh,
And then
I remember what that was about now.
I grabbed Tay, and he was in the carrier. I think he was asleep, and you just got in the car. I was like, "I'm ready to go. Let's just go drop this baby off." And I remember I got the baby out the car. He came out to open the door, and you just launched into his ass. You motherfucker. I was like, whoa. What the?
Oh, no.
It was well deserved.
You know what it was?
Right.
We were picking him up because we were supposed to go out, and he said he was going to keep him, but he wasn't home yet. So he wanted me to leave him with his aunt.
With
and
mustache.
his aunt was like, when I got there, she started tripping. And she started making it seem like she was doing me a favor. And I was like losing it. Like, first of all, you ain't doing me no goddamn favor because ain't nobody doing me nothing. When it come to my baby is my baby. He told me to do this. And if he ain't consult you, then it is what it is. And she thought she was going to call me and go off on me about the situation. I'm like, no, I'm going to get my kid. So I went and got my son.
That.
And the crazy thing is, after that happened, she must have called his grandmother because my son's grandmother called me about that situation and was like, I'm proud of you for going back and get your child because don't let nobody feel like they got any kind of weight over you when it comes to your baby.
I love her.
And and it's crazy that she said it to me because that's her own
piece
sister.
of shit, but she's amazing.
Yeah, I love her. I love her too.
She's great.
She is a blessing in my life.
She is.
She is definitely.
She's amazing, but
I fuck with it too.
her son make bitches catch charges.
Yeah, she's definitely. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't. I don't. Listen, I'm not going to defend him, but I'm going to say that he just chooses the crazy ones. Perhaps I might be crazy and I just haven't really tapped into it, and that's why.
Not compared to them other bitches.
But
You are.
yeah,
The shade.
yeah. Anyway,
He did look like a
we are
salamander.
back after our commercial break. Kiana, what were you saying?
no, I remember that situation there. At first, I couldn't recall it, but I do remember going off. Like sometimes when I because it's so rare for me to get to that point. I don't remember every time I go there. You know what I mean? It's like I black out because it takes a lot to push me to that point. But now that you kind of spelled out the details of it, I do remember that situation, and I do remember going off on him for that situation.
Quite profusely.
It was necessary.
And it was necessary. It was.
It was a lot.
Every now and then you gotta knock all this shit over.
Yeah, it wasn't an overreaction. It was definitely necessary.
That shit was hilarious because he was shook.
Yeah, because I think
She had never went off on him.
Yes, I had never. And the thing is, the crazy thing is, my mother always said that I was so meek and mild that it surprised her that when he said to me in front of my mother that I shouldn't bottle feed the baby. This was before I had him. He was like, no, you shouldn't bottle feed him. You should breastfeed. And I said, well, if you feel like he should be nursing, you should grow some titties and lactate and breastfeed him your damn self. And my mother was like, excuse me? Like she was shocked because she wasn't used to me speaking back to people like that.
That's the shit, though.
So it's, she wasn't used to me saying anything like that or me speaking back like that. So, I mean, it takes a lot. It takes a whole lot for me to get to that point. And when I get to that point,
it is very entertaining.
Oh, look at Dante. Oh, we are recording. I'm sorry. Okay. Back. I'm sorry. So Key, just to give you some context, because y'all clearly can't see what we're doing. Key shared pictures of us throughout the years. These pictures are like almost 20 years old at this point.
No, they're older than that.
Well, some are from when we were in elementary school. Some were, wow.
This picture I'm looking at says class of 1993, 1994.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't around yet. I was still in the city.
That was before we met, B. That was when me and Key first met.
I didn't pop up until 95.
And I told her not to talk to my boyfriend who wasn't my boyfriend.
He's in this picture. I don't think you are, though.
Okay, so, oh, wow. I remember that picture.
That was my mains and them.
Nah, here's the funny shit. I ended up working at this motherfucker like a year later.
That was my main.
So, okay, since we already led into this earlier, but do an impression of each person at the table.
Oh, shit.
I don't know if I'm sober enough to do this accurately.
It might be better because you've been sipping.
I got to think about it. So
Brandon did the impression of Key that I would have done. So, I think I will do an impression of Aaron.
Okay.
So Aaron be like, yo, what you doing, Betty? Like he's always giving us old ass lady names. So
No.
what you doing, Betty?
Betty came from her.
Betty?
No, but
Okay.
that's what they used to call each other instead of calling each other bitches. They would say Betty.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But for me, it's
I don't
like
think do I really have an impression of Brandon? Oh, wait. I think I got one. Hold on. So Brandon has always been the voice of reason. So Brandon would be like, really? I don't have any bail money to come get y'all, so I need y'all to think about this before y'all do it.
I ain't even gonna touch that.
No, my favorite.
I'ma leave that one alone.
My favorite. Just because I'm laying here don't mean I'm sleeping, nigga.
Yeah.
I remember when was that? I remember saying that, but when was it?
West Indian Day Parade.
Oh, we went to Brooklyn for a Labor Day. Oh,
That was that weekend we went to New York, and I got fired when I came back because I called out and I wasn't supposed to call out.
Hey, yo.
just as a lame.
I had another job the next week. It's fine.
All right, Key, what should you think of your impressions?
I'm still struggling a little bit. Like, I don't know if I can do an impression of Aaron unless I start snoring because Sade came on.
Oh shit! In the car.
Yeah, because he'll be up. Like. The song would have been on for 3 seconds and he'd be asleep. Like, Aaron.
But that's how you know I could drive really well because I put all of them to sleep.
Yeah.
I know. I got my Aaron impression. You want to hear it? You know, I'm gonna name my son Daffodil Starblaze.
You did say that. Stardust.
Or my favorite, soliloquy.
Yes.
No, I got another one for Aaron. When we went to Rita's that day in Columbia, and Aaron said, "Oh, look at the little mulatto children."
Oh my gosh! Wait.
And then he started, "Don't trust them new niggas over there." We said, "This is why we don't take you nowhere because you don't know how to act."
And then he did it seriously. Like,
Yes.
he didn't laugh.
Straight face.
Oh, he did it with
Straight face.
Oh, look
I
at
want
them.
to
Look
I
at
want to
them.
say for the
new
record, I
children.
wasn't there that day.
Oh my God.
You wasn't there that day?
You
I
were
don't know.
there. You were in
Yes,
the car.
fuck
Okay,
you
good.
were, sir.
He was,
Okay,
you
good.
were
He was
there
there that day.
because we went to Rita's in Columbia.
I'm distancing myself from the fuckery. That's why. I wasn't there. I don't think I was there.
No, Brandon impersonated me a couple weeks ago.
What I do?
Something you said I said, and I can't remember. And I was like, I said that? He was like, yeah.
It's always. I said that when the motherfucker don't want to own that shit.
What else? What? You got the context?
No, I can't remember what we were talking about, but you was like,
Leaving that
bitch,
nigga
what?
out.
And I was like, yeah, that might be accurate. I tend to say that, but I can't remember what we were talking about that day, and you imitated me, but it was so funny, and I was like, you might be right.
This nigga got a good radio voice. Like, listen to him. Like, oh, for real? I said that. Oh, wow.
I'm DJ B, and you're now listening to The Quiet Storm.
Quiet storm.
Oh my God.
To this day, still my favorite radio format of all time.
Yes.
Oh yes, that played the best music.
Back when it was Stretch and not Ladon Black.
Ooh.
You
I was in love
used to
with
play that
Stretch.
sexy music in the background.
Yes.
Or what they call Harry Pussy music.
Yes. Yes.
just saying.
Look at this
That
playlist
is.
on Spotify. This is an 8-hour playlist of
That
all
is.
Quiet Storm.
Definitely Harry Pussy music, especially
Yes.
when you get the heat wave.
Now that is.
Wait.
Oh my God, somebody did that at karaoke.
Both y'all disrespectful as shit, because that was Earth, Wind, and Fire.
That
on
really.
here. It's on here.
That's what
Heat Wave
It's on here.
is
always
and forever.
So I'm gonna tell y'all
it's on here.
something.
It's on here like that.
If
Like back to back.
if I could actually put that on a website, the episode title would be Harry Pussy Music.
Yeah.
But
Hey, yo.
I can't. I have to put.
You can put
my
like the
favorite-
stars
No,
and stuff.
it's Cheesesteak going to Philly for Cheesesteaks. That's the title.
My favorite song that I didn't realize it was a fucking side piece song was fucking Love Train.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. You know what else? I didn't know it was a side piece
but
song till we were
here's the-
grown.
Piece of my love.
Yeah.
No, but see, here's a funny thing that made me realize that shit when Bruno Mars and Anderson
Anderson
.Paak
.Paak.
did it. Yo, I was like,
They definitely brought back that kind of music.
This is my jam.
I was like, motherfucker. Want to know something crazy? I actually found out that was a side piece song because I watched their Unsung. Their Unsung talked about that song.
yo, I play yo.
Dial that number, no one answers till 2 o'clock.
That's the
yo.
impression that Shauna I would
No.
give because Shauna would break out in the song real quick.
But here's
And also,
the funny thing.
remember, copyright infringement. We don't want to get this episode pulled because we singing bars from actual copywritten songs.
It ain't long.
Please don't come after us. We ain't got no money.
It's not longer than 30 seconds, yo. We
No,
only did 5.
it's all. I
No, but-
researched that.
We ain't got no
For
money.
the
anyway.
record, we do not own the rights to this this music, to these songs, to these lyrics. Everything that you hear is just out of fandom.
Well, I mean, yeah, and it's also covered, so we might be fine because we're covering it. We're not playing the actual copywritten track. So.
In that case, check it out.
But if I change, let me come home.
You know what? When this episode
See, there
has
we go.
gone off the rails.
That is my impression of Shauna, because Shauna will break out in song, or she will randomly be in a place and she'll be just be like, you know, black people be allergic to stuff that makes sense, but white people be allergic to shit like riboflavin and the shit that make jelly purple.
Hey, hey, Brandon. Hey, B, let me tell you.
She'll say that with a serious face in a whole room full of white folks.
I played the live love train for my manager when I was working in Georgia, yo. I told this nigga, I was like, this my uncle, yo. And he was like, for real? He was like, what? I was like, yo, that's, you know, he's like, if by chance.
This episode is gone off.
That's when you know you're really feeling the damn song.
I was like, yo, this my uncle right here. He was like, for real? He sound like that? He could sing like that?
Yeah.
Like, man, shut the fuck up, yo.
wait. He go mine to Aaron. Aaron be like, this is like a memory too. You know, you can make any song sound like Ron Isaac. All you gotta do is ask why.
Why? Do I hear? What the hell is going on? Your dog is in my lap.
What is happening? Oh no!
Oh man!
I don't think I have an impression of Aaron.
You a motherfucking liar, yo.
Y'all have done it.
Excuse me, y'all.
I'm about to say, you a motherfucking liar, yo. Y'all niggas got
sausage, pancakes, and eggs, bitch. I did it for Brandon.
Wait a minute, no.
Thank you.
I did it for Brandon.
Thank you.
No, but you did it wrong.
Okay. So, before we wrap up this topic, because the Crown Royal is Crown Royaling right now.
I'm drinking to
Did you
kill
drink
you.
it all?
I had the whole thing.
It's all gone?
I only had the one can.
I mean, you drink all of it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, let me get you.
You know,
man.
They drinking Crown. I'm drinking to kill you.
I mean, man, Shauna like 4 shots in.
all right. So
Maybe.
I don't want to die. Thank you.
I had additional questions about like aging and like just like
What's that?
I mean, if you do it right, you age. The opposite is death, and I'd rather age than die.
I'll age. I'll take it.
I got a couple grays.
I'll be turning 25 again this year, but I'll age.
25 plus what?
Plus 0.
What she said.
What the fuck? Hey, how many 21st birthdays you celebrated this year?
How many?
By now.
Many? 1. Keep playing with me here. Keep playing with me here. In fact, here I am tooting my own horn. I look better than some of these 25-year-olds.
And do.
That part.
And do.
Nah.
Because they on the Molly Percocets, baby, and they be looking like they been through some
I
shit.
just told Shauna because I saw the picture that she got on the phone. I'm like, yo, embrace this shit, bro. Stop trying
Why
to
you
go.
wearing something like shit?
This man
Because
said,
this belly didn't look like this back
man
then.
said on
trying to.
TikTok, because you know I don't really mess with the tick in the talk.
Oh, I
The tick
do.
or the top.
So this man said, "Hey, one person on my 600-pound life skinny, so eat that donut, girl." Okay.
But
And they
for
stay,
me-
Okay.
and they all in relationships,
But for me, but I say,
and they be getting full course meals for every meal. You know,
But I
not
say
nothing
it.
major. You know, just some fried chicken, a few pieces of ham, potato salad.
I say it. Nah,
Little
but I'm
macaroni and
saying it
cheese.
like, yo, embrace that shit, cuz you sitting here trying to cross the legs and trying to hide that shit, man. Fuck that shit, bro.
Baby, at this
Like,
point, I don't give a fuck. I was in Mexico next year.
Yeah, I mean,
I was in Mexico, and I let all this
Well,
hang out.
we learned that they like that down in the Latin
I
countries.
let all of it
in the
hang
Latin
out.
regions, they
I
like
ain't wearing
extra.
not one piece the whole time.
Let me get this conversation back on. Back on track because we are we rambling. What is the key to go to hell? What is the
What's the key to go to hell? I think we heard it quite a few times on this episode
Yes.
and maybe the last.
yes?
what is
What is the key to long lasting friendships in your opinion?
giving a motherfucker space?
I can agree with that.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like, man, this motherfucker, like, we had a slight falling out before I got here. You know what I'm saying? And it was a
What
like,
you got here?
yeah,
Before you came back
before
from
I came back
Baltimore.
home. Yeah, before I came back home.
Who?
Let me kick.
Man, it's fine.
Oh, I remember now. Okay. Proceed. I'm sorry.
So
I got
the fact that you said I remember now, you must have went ham.
No,
not at all. Not at all. It was a brief
but
explanation. You know,
but she was mad. Now, but I remember now.
Yeah, I know. Like I know she was mad because my motherfucking birthday passed and she ain't say shit to me.
You almost got some of that colorful language.
However,
I don't like to be underestimated, and I felt really underestimated.
I explained to you why I said what I said, and it's a lot, but it's a lot harder because we was texting. You know what I mean? Like we was on Messenger. However, I do believe that, and I said it, like I saw she was upset. I was like, all right, yo, I holler at you, when I get home. I holler at you when I get back. And it's like, and I believe that now noticing, we know what triggers us, or we're learning I believe that we're learning what triggers us, and and then knowing, but also with us being friends for a long time. Friends for as long as we have been, we know what pisses the other person off, or what pushes that button. So it's like, all right, so you having a little tube. I'm gonna step off for a minute, or I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna holler at you. I'm gonna holler at you later on, or you contact me later. However, now when me and this one go at it,
I feel attacked.
No. When me and her go at it, it's a situation of who gonna fold first.
Let's see.
Like it turned into a dick swinging contest real quick.
Oh yeah. She don't back down. She don't back down.
And don't
at all.
And it's like, yo,
and we looking at you like, and what?
And it's like, but nah. But then it's like, yo, it's like, all right. But it's never a sense of who's going to apologize first, or who's going
we're like siblings. We don't apologize. We just start talking to each other again.
There it is.
Did you eat?
However, it ain't gonna be like, So when I came up, when I came home and I came to see Shauna for what was it?
I think it was Trey's graduation party.
He
didn't make it for my birthday. It was Trey's graduation party.
Yeah.
Last year.
And I just walked down the street and we sat there, and then I realized,
because he had just missed her. She had just left my house.
And I got home like fucking 3:00 in the morning that day. But I was like, no, we was just sitting there just talking and shit. Not once brought up I brought up the situation because it's like, at this point, I know what's expected of me. What's expected from me. But I used to feel as though, after a while I started feeling like y'all didn't understand. Y'all knew the person that I was before I left. You know what I mean? So it's like y'all knew who I was before I left.
But I also think that the difference is while we were able to maintain the relationship while you moved, you were 700 miles away. So there were times where you weren't around to actually engage and actively make memories at the time because you were so far away. But as a result, life still went on here. And things happened, things changed, people moved and came back, relationships started, ended. But I think maybe that there was a bit of a loss in translation because we hadn't been around each other for so long that it was like a bit of a rough start trying to get back into being in each other's physical space for the first time in several years.
No, but me and her, when she said I did something, the first thing she said, it was like, yo, I did something that I regret. And first,
it wasn't that big of a deal, but it was a
but
honest moment.
No, but for you to say I did something I regret, yo, the first thing is like, yo, come on, yo, you did not. You know what I mean?
And I didn't, honestly. Just to be frank, I didn't do what you thought I did.
But usually,
I think that's where it was lost in translation.
But usually that's how, because of the wording and and the verbiage that was used, is like, come on, yo, no, you didn't.
Because mine automatically went somewhere else.
Right. And it's like,
and it wasn't that. It was more on the emotional side.
Yeah.
And then, for me, it was like, yo,
because I'm a thug. I don't have emotions.
So for me, so then
she's soft like marshmallows once you get on her good side.
But you have to get on her good side.
Once she cleared it up, and for me, it was like, the fuck was you there for? Like, man, fuck that dog.
Right.
So you gotta understand, I have a soft heart when it comes to babies and animals.
Hey, yo.
So I get attached to dogs.
And I said,
you know, and I was very attached to that dog.
I said, fuck that dog, bro.
That's my baby. I basically raised her. Like, if you think about how long I've been around, I basically raised that dog.
But see, for me, it was like, I also understood like what you went through with your dog the first time.
Right.
So it's like, I mean, at that point, you wasn't even talking to a nigga. You was mad. So I was like, all right, bet. I'm gonna let you when I get home. But I left it, you know. But like I said, I left it where it was.
Meant to.
Yeah.
But I left
and that
it.
also speaks to the strength of your friendship, to where y'all can have disagreements, separate for a period, and then circle back to each other when, you know, because as we've clearly seen, unfortunately, not all friendships can do that, or things happen to where can sustain a rift. Did y'all ever answer the question, what was the key to a long-lasting friendship, or was it like a circular?
Aaron said something, but I think
giving space.
Yeah, I agree.
He said space. I think it's understanding each other and respecting the fact that we all have our individual lives. You know what I mean? We're not gonna speak every day, but we know that we have a place in each other's. Yeah, but we know we have a place in each other's lives. We could go a week without hearing from each other, but we know it's still there.
Y'all niggas went 8 years without me.
No, we still spoke to you.
Though.
Yeah.
You just weren't here physically.
At least once a year. So.
No. What I mean is like, yo, I mean, because I was still living life. You feel me? Like,
life goes on.
But you weren't physically here, but you were here.
Yeah, I mean, we still spoke to you.
I will say I appreciate my little brother. Cause when he had my nephew, he made
he wasn't talking about me, my bad. I was like, wait, I don't have no kids.
But when he had Trish, yo, he made sure that he talked to, like, him and Gerard talked about me and Keita to the point where as though
they knew who y'all were.
When he came down for like that 1 week, he knew Aunt Keita and Uncle Aaron.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And same. Trey knew who you were, even though you weren't here. Trey knew that he had another uncle who he didn't get to see like that, but he knew who Uncle Aaron was.
Yeah, my son had pictures, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that nigga called me fucking, y'all seen Maxie Priest and was like, oh, it's Aaron. Like,
because you gotta admit, when you had your locks, you did look like him. You gotta admit it.
You did. A little bit look like Maxie Priest.
Just a little bit.
I want to echo kind of what Keith said. It's about long-lasting friendships. It's about communication. It's about understanding each other's, triggers and stuff like that. It's about respecting each other's space. Because I know at a point prior to therapy, like if I didn't hear from Q or I didn't get to talk to her or she was going through something, I automatically assumed that she was upset with me.
Right.
And then I had to realize, that ain't had shit to do with me, Shauna. But I still wanted to.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I used to think he was codependent.
I was.
Like, for real. Like,
I was.
And it wasn't nothing.
It was a thing of, it stemmed from abandonment. I had abandonment issues.
No shit.
So it stemmed from that, and it took me, of course, until Miss Howard therapy to realize that that's what it stemmed from. But I had to learn to respect people's space, respect people's boundaries, and to understand that, hey, let me work. I can't always be the superhero. My thing was to jump to, okay, we got this. We gonna do this. We're going to take care of this. We're going to figure this out. Right. And sometimes, people just want to vent and just get it off their chest. They're not looking for you to rescue them or to come up with a solution. And although that's still me, I respect the fact that it's, Shauna, no, just listen. Right. I don't need you to come up with a solution. I kind of got to figure it out on my own, but I just want to get this off my chest. Right. So I can respect that now.
Right.
No, you know what you do now? You ask like, "Yo, are you telling me just to vent, or are you looking for?"
I did learn that. I learned that from therapy. Are you telling me to vent, or you are looking for a solution?
Do you just want somebody?
You just want to talk about it? Yeah. Yeah. Because that was me. I'm quick to solution. All right, this is how we gonna do this. We gonna do this, and this. So yeah. And then
I also learned that. No, but I also learned that not everybody asking for help. Like, not everybody.
That's true. Some people just want to talk it out.
Not everybody wants help. And it's like, yo, but then at the same time, that's when you learn. It's like, all right, yo, now I got to distance myself because, nigga, you want to be in the same shit. Like, you want to sit in the shit. We've
experienced that, though, with older friendships where some people are keen on being the victim or because it gets them the attention that they're craving. I had to learn that as well. Some people are keen on
Yeah, my mind.
You ever met a person who's just negative all the time? Just, this is wrong with me, this is wrong with me, this is wrong with me, this is wrong with me.
I dated somebody like that.
Same.
And everything was an issue.
Same,
everything was
me
wrong.
too.
Everything was a complaint.
Yeah, we've been friends for almost 20 years.
Like, but what is the solution? What is the end goal? Oh, shit.
Shots fired.
Pew, pew, pew. It's 22.
I am confused.
Shots fired.
We'll talk about it later.
Oh, okay. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
Y'all won't be suing me for my 50-cent advertising.
Okay. Well, I'm confused. I don't know, but okay.
Okay, now you know.
I'm pretty sure I know when you tell me, but it's not coming to mind right now. So
You're so innocent. I love it.
That's why he's the voice of reason.
I'm just oblivious because I zone in and out. So I mean, that's ADHD. That's not innocence. But thank you.
Zone in and out. My
It's ADHD because I'm like, who? What? I don't know.
Zone in and out my Puerto Rican ass.
No,
Not
I
Puerto
don't know.
Rican.
He really is, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not joking. I genuinely don't know who you're talking
We'll
about.
talk about it later.
Nah, that's all good.
So is that it? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So far,
Do I think is y'all? I don't really have anything to add to that last question. I think we basically touched on everything.
but it comes with growth. Like when you look at
Maturity.
when you look at us, then a lot of issues like Shauna's abandonment, issues. Like we knew it. Like we as I want to say as uneducated as we were. We would laugh and joke about that shit. Like, yo, she got abandonment issues. Like, or you got abandonment issues. You feel what I'm saying? But now that we are in that space of actually like using therapy and this new age shit that is answers to
That's
why
helpful.
But no, what I'm saying though is answer. Like back then we didn't have answers. Now we got answers to the we
didn't have the same resources back then.
We got answers to the resources, and I thank that soft ass Gen Z generation for that. because now we got.
I mean, Gen Z. Look, Gen Z. They starting to go to Congress. Meanwhile, millennials like, well, fuck Congress. I ain't doing this. They out here protesting. I guess eating Tide Pods and soap just made them do it.
Not Tide Pods and
They was the ones who
soap.
told Tide Pods. That wasn't
Wait a
us.
minute, that was the millennials before us, though, wasn't
No,
it?
we are millennials. No,
that was after
they
us.
was on TikTok eating Tide Pods like 10 years ago. That
So-
was
And setting themselves on fire with alcohol.
But I realized
no. We had the cinnamon challenge. Remember that?
Yeah, the cinnamon challenge. You right.
I realized that, but I realized that we are like we're in the age of everything is becoming I want to say more prevalent, and the issues and the resources are being provided for us to understand like what it is, the trauma that we came up with.
Yeah.
Like and I say that we came up with because it was our parents didn't have it. Like they didn't have it. Like our parents didn't have it.
Yeah, we spoke about that on the mental health episode and the parents and our parents episode.
Like
yeah.
and they ain't have that shit either. You feel me? So now
They were raised
like,
to survive. We were raised, or we have taught ourselves to thrive in our surroundings versus just living, getting up to work and just go out in the world and experience.
Agreed.
I'm gonna say this. My mom apologizes to me and my brothers.
Really?
I do that with Trey now.
She apologizes. Like she apologized because she felt like she didn't show the best example for communication.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas though and me being married for 11 years, it's like I didn't we didn't really communicate. Like we didn't communicate well.
Mm-hmm. So wait, is your marriage lasted longer than hers with your stepdad, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
However, hers was like.
Have y'all ever had that conversation as to why she felt her marriage didn't?
No.
last?
See, the reason, the thing between her marriage and mine is that it's like, yo, I was willing. Like I was willing to like actually like listen and through the divorce process, she was it was like she was trying. Like she did everything that she could in the 10 years that they were together. She did everything that she could. She tried to provide everything. Like she tried to go do therapy and all that shit, like counseling and everything. So when she finally decided to be like, yo, fuck this shit, I'm out. It was like
She reached her breaking point.
yo, and here's the funny thing. I broke up with my ex around the same time she broke up with him.
With the whore.
Yo, and it's like I came home No, but I came home and I told her that me and her was done, and she was like, I put him out, and I was like, and
I remember when that happened.
I was like, and I'm like, for real?
Mm-hmm. I remember.
I was like, for real.
happened.
She was like, you ain't noticed that he hasn't been here, and then it's like I understand, like I said, I understand, but she apologizes because she says that she didn't believe that she was a great example of what communication was. But at the same time, it was like, me and my brother's like, it is what it is. Like, you was only doing what you thought you only doing what you thought was right.
What you knew how to do.
Right.
So, like I said, thanks to that, that's protesting generation. We are, everybody, like, mental health is becoming more prevalent, and mental health is becoming more of a serious, like,
it's not being brushed under the rug.
So now we, like I said, now we know we have the tools to understand each other, and then learn each other's triggers. Like, I know how to push all your buttons. At one point, I used to do it just because it was fucking funny. Mm-hmm. Like, it still is funny. Not even gonna front.
You just don't have a death wish now.
It's not even, but
because it almost got you cut a many days.
Nigga, the shit is fucking hilarious. However, but for me doing it is different than like watching somebody else do that shit. It's like, yo, somebody else do that shit to y'all. It's like, hey, yo, I can do that.
You can't.
I can do that, but I wish.
That's like if somebody come in here and call a kid bitch, because who the fuck you talking to?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I could do that, but I wish the fuck you would. Mm-hmm. I want you to come say it. Say it.
There's certain things amongst ourselves that we can do that other people can't do. Absolutely.
And you be looking at them like,
because who the fuck you talking to?
Say it, nigga. Say it. Fuck around. Oh. Throw that motherfucker in a tub like that. Like Shorty did. Old boy and that
you know
movie.
what?
You know that's my movie.
You know what?
Stop making them damn bubbles. Oh, you want something to eat? I guess you should go in the kitchen and get yourself something then.
And on that note, we are going to wrap up. We are going to wrap up the topic here.
Come on, Chris.
Christina.
You gonna walk away?
Christina left.
Just like a little slut.
She took all of your money.
Hey, you gonna walk over, but you gonna limp back.
She took all of her things and some of yours.
And she left.
Okay, y'all. So
a lot of children. And we have them, Charles.
Have you had been with those whores?
Oh, man.
All right, y'all. Look, we're going to take a commercial break. And we will be back with the Q&A segment. All right? We will be right back. Okay, now we back.
This episode has been extremely fun.
What are we doing this week, Shauna?
Okay, so hey, y'all.
Not that side.
Kind of scary, huh?
Y'all stupid. All right, so hey, y'all. Before we get started, I just want to say that if you have any questions that you would like asked and answered on the podcast, you can reach us via email at askwandapod@gmail.com. That's ASKWANDAPOD@gmail.com. You can also reach us at on social media, Instagram, Twitter. What else we got, y'all? Facebook, all of that good stuff. You can send us direct messages. More than likely, I'll be the one to see the messages. When you send us a message, make sure you let us know if you want to be anonymous, if you want us to use your initials, first name, last initial, first initial, last name, however you want to do it. We respect your boundaries. We spoke about that, right?
I got a question.
So y'all ready to get into it?
We don't ask questions in this segment. She does.
Y'all so stupid.
I'm going to ask this motherfucking question.
We talk about it later. We can do it on the Q&A.
I'm worried.
All right, so the first question, guys, comes to us from the Am I the Asshole thread on Reddit. If y'all have been listening for the last 10 episodes, y'all know this is one of my favorite threads. They have some really good questions on there. The questions are usually really long, so I'm going to summarize this one as much as possible with giving y'all all the details. So the title is, Am I the Asshole for not staying with my friend while she was experimenting with drugs? Now, I thought this was a good question because this was a friendship episode and we're talking about, boundaries and friendships and stuff like that.
Hey,
So y'all ready?
Sure, why not?
All right, let's go. Me and my best friend have been best friends as long as we can remember. We even coordinated with college admissions to get into the same school and managed to get into the same dorm just a few doors down from each other. Ever since we started college, my friend has been experimenting with all kinds of drugs. I don't know exactly what because I strongly dislike drugs due to some family members with substance abuse and do my best to know as little about her experimenting as possible.
That's low-key us.
I've even told her that I don't want to be anywhere near her while she's on anything, as being around people that are under the influence of anything makes me extremely uncomfortable. Anyway, last week she invited me to her dorm, which is pretty normal. We're almost always together in one of our rooms. This time, though, as soon as I came in, she started talking about how she got some LSD from a classmate in one of her gen eds, and she was super excited to try it.
How old is she? Like 6?
No, they are in their, according to what I see, they're in their 20s.
This nigga said LSD.
She said LSD. Yes. So... she was excited to try it. I stopped her and reminded her that these kinds of drugs make me uncomfortable and I didn't want to hear about it. And she said she knew, but this was different. Apparently, when people do LSD, they're supposed to have a sober friend stay with them in case things go bad or something. And she wanted me to be her sober person because she trusts me more than anyone. I told her definitely... I told her definitely not. There was no way I was comfortable with that, and I started to leave. That's when she started freaking out and told me that she already took the LSD right before I got there, and I had to stick around because otherwise she'd be alone and anything could happen. I said that wasn't my fault, and I left, despite her begging. I guess things did go bad because before long I started getting some increasingly frantic texts from her. Stuff that didn't really make sense but was obviously from someone who was panicky. I texted her back that I wouldn't be helping her and then I turned my phone off for the night. I wake up to a ton of texts from her and I guess she must have texted our other friends because our entire friend group had lit up my phone, telling me that she was in trouble and that I should go check on her. I went through and responded to each of them explaining the situation. They all know my history with drugs as well. And all but one of them said some variations of calling me a dickhead and saying that I should have gotten over it and checked on her because things were apparently really going wrong for her. We were supposed to do things together on Christmas break, but ever since this happened, I'm only getting one-word text back from her, and she's refusing to talk to me in person. I don't feel like I did anything wrong, but we've never gone this long without talking, and I'm really starting to doubt myself. Am I the asshole?
No, fuck that bitch. Here's my thing. I've been holding this in the whole time.
She put you in a fucked up.
I'm gonna tell you. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you the
and
fact.
I don't like the fact that the other friends are trying to make her feel bad about it. Like no,
she did
she's
something
making
wrong.
poor choices, and I'm supposed to be responsible for her poor choices.
The fact that she answered all the friends, so that's some Kiana shit, bro.
What happened?
Like bitch, no, that's some key shit.
What?
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you too.
The fact that she went through the text messages and answered all the friends is like, yeah, that's some Kiana. That's some petty ass.
My thing
I would
is
be very rude about it though.
Yeah,
my thing with this situation is if I've explained my history with drugs or being around people who use drugs and the trauma that resulted from that.
Yeah.
You can do what you want. Your body, your choice. I'm a person who believes in letting people do what they choose, but their body says that's your business. Thing got nothing to do with me.
Yes.
But you roping me into it without my consent.
Yes.
Violating a boundary I've established with you, and then getting mad at me when I don't come and be your sober friend because you've taken the drug and then you're expecting me to stay with you. You're not my friend. And fuck you for putting me in that situation.
I agree.
I'm gonna tell you the truth though. I
hope the trip was worth it, bitch. Fall off a cliff and die.
I believe but I believe in the early stages of us like drinking. And it's like, yo, I understand that, alcoholism and addiction might, ran with you. You feel what I'm saying? So it was a situation of, it's like, yo, you already had to deal with that shit. So when you looking at us, it's a whole different situation. However, you did, you allowed us to be us. Now, me and my other wonder twin, it's like, yo, we had each other. So it's like if one was tipsy, the other one was tipsy. So we ain't really fuck with you.
But the difference with that is alcohol for me is not a problem. I didn't grow up in a family.
You just weren't a drinker.
I wasn't a drinker.
Yeah.
Like I didn't grow up in a family of alcoholics.
Yeah,
so people drinking around me wasn't an issue because again, I knew I was sober.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about crashing or doing anything.
Yeah.
So I was fine. Y'all could drink, and then even after I started drinking, it was never an issue for me. And this is part of the reason why I've never smoked. I've never done anything because I grew up in a house with drug addicts.
Yeah.
Growing up in a house where my house was raided by the police when I was young. And then when I was in my late teens, early 20s, because my brother and sister were out selling drugs, using the house as a stash house, my nephew...
Wait,
Well,
that was wrong. Like,
yeah, but that's what they did. Our house has been broken into several times.
No, I peeped that, but it's like you broke the cardinal.
No,
rule,
but that's a rule for you, but for them because they were just in the street, they were doing it. Crack was huge back then, and that's what they were into.
Yeah.
And seeing my sister strung out and falling over and nodding off, I knew from a young age I didn't want no parts of that.
Yeah.
To this day I don't like being impaired at all. All I do is drink. And y'all been in my house several times. Y'all seen with the alcohol I do have at home, it's dust on the bottles because I don't drink. I rarely drink, even socially.
I will say this though. I love your sister.
I love my sister too. She's been clean for years now. But to say all of that, I think that was part of the reason my face frowned up when you were explaining this. If I've explained a boundary to you, I have because
and you keep violating the boundary.
You don't respect me or my boundary, and then it's fuck you after that. Because why should I go against how I feel or make myself uncomfortable to assuage you and the drugs that you want to try because you need a safe person around? Why didn't you call any of the other friends who were fine with you doing what you do?
I agree.
Why is it falling on me?
The first mistake was I already took the drug. It's like,
okay, it's like a personal problem.
You didn't even know
Right,
if I was going to show up. You didn't know if I was going to agree to it. And to piggyback off of what Brandon said, I also come from a family of drug addicts.
Yeah.
And it was it directly
I thought you was trying to dip that shit.
affected me because it was both of my parents who were addicts.
Yeah.
So it directly affected me, and I had aunts and uncles and cousins and all of that stuff like that. So if I tell you that something like this makes me uncomfortable, if I tell you something like this, no, I don't want to be that person to be responsible for you because you don't know how that's going to affect you. You don't know if you're going to get violent. You don't know what's going to happen. You might pass out and stop breathing.
I used to worry
I don't
about you
deal
a lot.
well with trauma.
Yeah,
So
for
you to put me in that situation and then to tell me that you took it before I got here, not knowing whether I was going to agree to it or whatever. Nah, sis, you're on your own. So whatever happens, happens.
Ain't my fault.
It's not on me. And the fact that the other friends thought that it was a good idea to attack me.
I used to worry about you a lot when I learned your history. No, when I learned your history.
Yeah, because my life could have went a whole completely different kind of way. Because it went that.
It wasn't.
What wasn't?
Her life wasn't going that way.
Yeah, like it could have went a different way for me because I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
But I have an older brother who, we got the same father, and for me, I never touched a drug outside of weed. But for him, he ended up with an addiction, and it pissed me off because I said, you know what we went through with our father, and for you to turn around and do the same thing to your children, it angered me. It did.
But on the other hand, it's having exposure to it. It's a propensity.
So.
Yeah.
It don't work that same way for everybody. I'm grateful every day that I never abandoned, that I never went to jail. I never abandoned my son. I never had my son to have to deal with it because I know what that felt like.
Yeah.
That used to be a big
to
fear,
sum up this question and move on to the next one, I agree with Brandon. No, bitch, fuck you. You were wrong. And if the rest of y'all want to take their side, cool.
But
I'll go get me a new group of friends.
Yep.
Fuck you and the horse you rode in.
The person that asked this is not the asshole. You
are not the asshole.
Sticking to your boundaries.
But it's also not fair though. Like it's also not fair for you to put that pressure on me to saying that I'm the one that you trust the most out of anybody.
Because maybe I don't trust you.
That's fine. You can trust me, but if you know my history, why are you roping me into your mess?
Why then? Where's the rest of these friends who's defending you?
You forcing me to do it.
And then she didn't even consider the ramifications. What if she overdosed on I'm not sure if you can overdose on LSD, but what if she overdosed? Or something happened and I'm the person that's supposed to be watching you, and then the police looking at me as like a foul play type of thing. Oh, well, did you give it to her? Why you sober and why are they dead on the floor next to you?
Where is the friend?
No, but that's
them
what I mean.
Same friends that's texting me. Where the fuck they at?
No, but
why they wasn't able to?
That's what I mean when I say you force it on, like you forcing it on, and that's not fair. Like it's not fair.
Look,
because if you die, now I gotta sit here and like this bitch died.
But just to bring it back real quick, your life wasn't going like that because we wasn't playing it. We wasn't playing it. If we had to fight you, If we had to fight you, we would fight you. But your life wasn't going that way.
Oh yeah, I do want you to know that, yo. I don't usually put my hands on a female, but I will fuck you up. Oh God.
Okay.
So fuck.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, yo, I will beat you. I will beat your ass.
It's fine. I understand.
I whoop your
Like
ass and then take you out for ice cream afterwards and
I
let you know
also
it was
think-
not personal.
Is it Cold Stone ice cream?
A Cold Stone. Oh, I wish I could Cold Stone.
You can beat
Damn
my ass
sugar.
with some Cold Stone.
No, but I think like I said, for now we're getting to times now as we get older where I've run into people who do cocaine recreationally.
Recreationally, and they brag about it.
They do cocaine. People they pop pills.
you walk
they
with
do all
niggas and be
these
like, yo,
things.
China, you want to party?
No, I don't.
That's crystal meth.
I don't want
know.
that in my life
But people
at all.
who do all those things,
No.
and it's like
No, thank
you
you.
do what you do. I don't judge. If you partake, cool, live and let live. I don't judge nobody, but that ain't my ministry.
No.
I'm gonna sit here with my sweet tea or have my Jameson and ginger beer when I am in the mood to
Yes,
drink,
yes.
and that's all I do.
niggas
I
said
don't
ginger
even
beer.
want the
ginger
responsibility.
Ginger beer is tasty.
Hell
I
yeah.
drink tequila and ginger beer.
Personally, I don't even want the responsibility
Yeah.
of knowing that you partake in those things.
Me neither.
Because if something happens to you and everybody's wondering why, maybe I have the answer because I know that you do this stuff. No, I don't want nothing to do
Nope.
with that.
I want no parts of it.
No, it's okay. That's okay. You had fun over there. I'm going to stay over here in my little square life. Square biz. Over here.
All right. Next question, Shauna.
The final question for this episode, guys, before we end it, is kind of related to the first question, and it simply is: what is an immediate friendship ender for you?
When it comes to, okay, I'll name two of them. An immediate friendship ender for me is you sleeping with somebody that I was once with or once loved. Or
Really?
yeah, that's it. That's a done deal for me. Don't do that.
Even after the fact, like years later.
Yeah, no, listen, no. We have. Let me just say this. Me and Shauna have this bond. We have this pact.
Yeah.
We do not mess with anybody that we've previously dealt with,
Yeah,
even if it was years ago.
Nope.
Even if it was just a little crush.
that-
Like Shauna could have had a crush on somebody in elementary school,
It's different.
and I won't deal with that person.
It's different from
Even if that
it's
nigga
different.
fine
It's
as
different
frogs,
from
yeah.
For women. But go ahead.
That's
finish your
one.
point. Finish your point.
That's one. And once you screw over my trust, I can't trust you anymore.
Yeah.
After that, once my trust is gone,
Yeah.
we can't be friends anymore.
Yeah. I can say for me, and to what you just said, for me, it's totally different. Like the ex that I was with for almost 5 years, fuck one of my friends like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was like, okay, thanks for letting me know.
But it's different. It's
I didn't-
different.
I
I think it's different for men, right?
It's years.
Yeah,
it
I
was
think
years
it's different
later.
for
We
me.
were broken up. I
Was
was
that
friends with
somebody
everybody.
that you were,
No,
that was somebody
but-
you was in a serious relationship with, and you
Y'all
were?
know who it is.
Well, I know based
No,
on
but-
how long you
That's
said y'all were together, but
that's because they have a loose cooch. I just have to say that for the record, so everybody knows a loose cooch.
My whole thing with that is, and maybe this is the difference between men and women, or gay men and or gay people and straight people. Once I'm done messing with you, and time has passed, and
look
you
at
choose
it
to
like-
date with somebody else, or you choose to sleep with a friend of mine, like I said before, I don't block people's blessings, good or bad. So if you choose to go down that road, whether it's a relationship or sex, baby, Godspeed.
to answer this question that all of us y'all asked, immediate friendship ending for me, it's similar to what Keith said. The whole sleeping with somebody who I dealt with or had some kind of feelings or relationship for. I
That's
think
what I
that's
said.
violation of girl code. Also lying to me.
Yeah.
Lying to me is I can't deal with that, because if I can't, again, it goes back to trust. If I can't trust you,
Then why are we here?
why are we here?
So let me pose a follow question to
Okay.
that. If it's a lie that was told, and not to say that, I would do this or whatever, but if it was a lie in terms of protecting you or withholding information from you for a reason, would that be considered the same case as a lie? Or, because let's say, for example,
don't think so.
something happened and something happened.
I'm gonna tell you why I say no.
Okay, go ahead.
I say no because if it's something like that that's meant to protect one of y'all, I'm going to tell y'all before y'all find out I lied to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like before, I might lie to you in the moment to tell you to kind of spare you the situation,
Right.
but eventually I'm going to tell you the
Right.
truth. Like, okay, let me tell you. I wasn't going to tell you this, but let me tell you what
Right.
happened.
Right.
So I'm going to
We've
tell
had
you
that
before you
situation.
before you have the chance to
Right.
find out that it's a lie. I'm going to tell you.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's to me.
That's not the same thing.
No, it's not
Okay.
the same thing.
I'm gonna tell you the truth, yo. That one time where you called me and was like, "How do I say something?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Yeah, we've all probably had that moment like with amongst each other when it came to the other. Like, how do we say this to the other?
We did.
Me and Keith, me
Brandon
and
had one of them moments when it came to something for Key. I found out first, and I called Brandon and was like, Brandon, I don't know how to tell her this. Like, I can't do this. I can't do this because I'm on the phone crying like it happened to me because I knew it was going to hurt her.
Yeah.
And I called Brandon. Was like, Brandon, what you want me to do? Brandon was like, well, Shauna, I'll step in.
What did I do?
Brandon stepped in and handled that situation.
How you told her that shit though? That shit was awesome.
I did. I called B.
It was like
I couldn't do it without being emotional.
How I told Shauna.
Yep.
Oh.
I remember that day.
I think
boy,
I know what situation we're speaking of.
This motherfucker came over and was like, my fucking MySpace is open. I was like,
MySpace.
Oh, that's taking it back. MySpace.
I was like,
oh yeah, because I was like, I'm just gonna let you read this. I ain't even gonna tell you. Just look at it.
I was like,
I remember that situation.
Word. I was like, oh.
I think you asked me about that too.
Yeah, I was like, should I just let her read it? And I just was like, okay.
Yeah, so
y'all read this shit. You read this shit.
Eventually, I think she ended up printing it out and giving me the copy, and she wanted me to stay with her while I read it because she wanted to be there for me. And my dumb ass still stayed with the nigga a couple years later, but I got my kid out the deal. That's all I'm saying. But I appreciated that because she could have held it back from me. She didn't tell me right away when it happened, but I think it was sitting on her spirit.
Yeah. I had to think
because
about
she knew how I felt about him at that moment. And the last thing you want to do is see somebody that you love hurt. I appreciated her though for telling me because it eventually added to me getting my power back and moving on, even though it took a few more. It did take a few more years, but again, I got my kid out the deal.
Yeah,
so.
To his point.
But with Key's situation, it was something similar, and I called B. Was like, I don't know what to do. I'm snotting and crying. I don't know what to do. She gonna be so hurt. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
You don't want to hurt.
I said, because if she knew, she would have said something to us.
And that right there should have told y'all that if y'all didn't already know, that right there should have told y'all the way that I reacted that I'm kind of psychotic because my
she
reaction
was really calm. Brandon called me.
My reaction was very calm.
Brandon was shaking like booty meat.
I remember the week
Brandon
after.
said, Shauna, I'm sitting here. He said,
that was a quiet.
I don't know what to do.
That was a quiet ass. That was a quiet ass.
When you told her,
ride
you was
back.
texting me like, I'm sitting here with her now, and I was like, Brandon, just let me know, and I'll come around the corner. Just let me know how she react, because I was scared. Like I didn't know how to tell her that, because that was some hurtful ass shit. But she handled it. She handled it like a G. She did.
The month later.
I mean, she's sitting here with us, so she ain't catching murder charges.
That was some funny ass shit.
Oh no,
though.
I thought about it. I thought about it. I was gonna whoop his ass.
But that was the ultimate betrayal.
The thing was, you don't want to see your friends and people you care about hurt. You don't want to see people going through that, or like
at all,
because you can see somebody's heart break or somebody's like mood or energy shift, and to see that, it's like. Even though I didn't cause it, I brought the news to you, and I, in a way, feel that guilt for bringing it to you.
The people that you love heartbroken and breaks your heart.
It does.
It does. Like I said, this shit ain't even happened to me, and I'm sitting there snotting and crying.
I can tell y'all were both scared because y'all were on the phone like, she didn't react. Like,
I'm gonna tell you,
and the thing is, on the inside, I was stewing. Yeah. I was like, if I had the chance, I probably would be in prison right now. If I hadn't taken the time,
they just put you in the room and hugged yourself for a few weeks.
If I hadn't taken that time to actually honestly, if I hadn't taken that time to actually bring myself down, and I actually had to bring myself down from that situation.
You wouldn't. I would. Cause that was a long ass car ride home, bro. Like it was a long it was a long, quiet car ride home. This nigga ain't know what to expect, bro. But to Brandon's point though, like I would never withhold nothing from y'all, because what I learned being with my wife, like even if you withhold it, it's still a lie. And
that's true. Withholding is a lie.
A lie about is a
lie about omission.
Yeah, a lie about omission is still a lie.
But the issue is I can't lie to y'all niggas. Like I can't. And the same way with her. It's like, I've lied to her, and that shit did not feel good.
Yeah.
And then it came.
It makes more sense to tell the truth.
And then when it came out, and it's like, she's looking at me like, why did you lie?
You could have just told
and you didn't have to.
It wasn't that serious.
It's for years, it's like, the reason, like, I mean, I'm trying to tell you, niggas was close to divorce a couple times, but.
And see, that's my Pisces sister, so I can tell you, when it comes to us, we rather you tell us the truth Tell us the truth and let us be mad in the moment. Then lie to us, because that's gonna last for a while.
No, but see, the thing was is that I've always, like, if I ever got caught doing anything, I always told the truth and came out. But then I think, one time.
Don't let us find out the truth, though.
I lied.
You got to tell us before we find out.
Yeah, no. One time I lied, and then it's like, for a while, it's like, shit went left. And she broke my guitar that she bought for me for Christmas.
Not the guitar.
Not the guitar.
See, I can't even laugh because that's something I would do.
Right.
I'm gonna break your heart without breaking your heart. You got me.
Yo, she broke my guitar called Blue Ivy. The one that y'all seen me take a picture with on Facebook. Yo, that was.
Did she break it over your head?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I'd have done that.
She threw that bitch. Nah,
then that means she wasn't as angry as you thought she was.
Nah, she threw that bitch though. Like, she threw it and then smashed, and it's like, yo.
But that is the last question for this week, guys. Again, if you want to send us any more questions to answer or ask on future podcasts, you email us at askwandapod@gmail.com. That's ASKWANDAPOD@gmail.com.
I'm asking.
Or you can hit us on social media in our inbox.
Hey, none of y'all niggas named Wanda.
Please explain Wanda to him.
Wanda is.
This is the first and last time we're going to tell anybody.
Wanda is Wine and Audacity, the podcast.
But Wanda is WANDA.
Yes.
WNA.
So Wanda Pod, Wine and Audacity podcast.
So is Wanda.
You know what?
No,
it's Wanda Pod.
Hey, twin, this one for you.
Oh, God.
I'm
almost afraid.
No, we ain't doing this with you today.
And on that note, y'all, thank you so much to our guest Aaron for coming on these
Zest.
Thank you so much to our guest Aaron for coming on to the podcast. We appreciate you, my brother. I'm trying so hard not to look at him.
He said, meet me at Arkansas.
So hard not to look at him. Shauna already gave y'all the spiel about email addresses and socials, but yes, do what she said and reach out to us via email, via socials. We appreciate y'all for listening to our first 2-part episode.
Yes, first 2-part episode.
And we will be back next week with Aaron for our monthly Q&A segment. No, it's an episode, not a segment. Again, that's the Crown Royal talking because I've been drinking thanks to Shauna ordering stuff. We will see y'all. Aaron, you're throwing me off. No, you don't. Thank you for coming on the show, though. I appreciate you. And with that being said, we love y'all. We thank y'all for listening. Be safe, be well, and we will see y'all next week. Bye, y'all.
Bye.